you make a really good point with talking about inflation in the real world versus like the research and the spreadsheets and the quantitative data, because inflation is actually a very personal thing. For example, if you have kids that you're paying for their college, well, then the rate of change in college tuition is very impactful for you. If you don't have kids going to college, that's less of a concern. In fact, one of the things in the that they use when they talk about anecdotally inflation and the basket of inflation is they talk about what's a haircut cost. Well, for me, I don't care. That's not an issue for me.
You're impervious to that inflation.
That's right. So I got that part solved. But so that aside, what we are seeing in inflation is going to be really interesting. And you're right, there are some things like, for example, lumber that likely won't come back down to where they were before, and for good reasons, though. So if we can dig into this a little bit, the inflation reports that we're seeing now and that'll come out in the next couple of months are likely going to show some pretty eye-popping numbers, because a year ago we were in lockdown. So you're basically in a deflationary. Remember the headlines where the price of oil went negative?
Yes.
So then if you have a positive price to oil now versus the negative price a year ago, that's going to have a massive impact on your inflationary numbers. So that's what, when Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, talks about transitory inflationary pressure, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about those year-over-year comparisons, because a year ago we were in a deflationary environment, and now we're in a stable to growth and an inflationary environment. So there's that part of it.